Well, good morning. It is truly a pleasure to welcome you here to the Urban League's Women's Business Center and our National Urban League Center for Entrepreneurship. If you would indulge me, please, I would like to ask our Urban League staff to please stand that have joined us this morning. And if you would, please join me in a round of applause to thank them for their service. Most specifically, as I ask you all to remain standing, I would like for you to be acknowledged in relationship to your service related to the tornado. This is one of the 4 facilities that was sadly devastated by the tornado. So at the Urban League, we had 4 buildings that were ruined in many ways by the tornado to the degree of $11 million in damages. So this particular facility that was a former Commerce Bank on the day of the tornado had all these windows completely blown out, these blinds that you see that are tattered and ruined, those that remain or here and ruined. The staff, Tyler, who is the director of the Women's Business Center, and her staff that were in their actual offices had to run from the office and go hide literally in the bank vault as they were terrorized by this tornado, debris coming from outside into the building, glass shattering all around them, not knowing if they would survive, never having experienced anything like this whatsoever. These lights all here in the building completely collapsing upon them. One of the staff members having an air conditioning unit on the top of the building blown off of it and collapsing on top of her car in the midst of being at work. And then afterwards, that very weekend, despite all of the tragedy that they had here and at our headquarters and our shopping plaza and the rest, still then going out the next day and helping the community 15 weekends in a row, feeding anywhere between 1,000 and 3,000 people per weekend. So they have worked tirelessly to try to do any and everything that they possibly could to make a difference, help, and make sure that St. Louis had everything that they could in relationship to tornado relief from the Urban League. So I thank you to Tyler, her staff, and all of the staff of the Urban League who have worked on this relentlessly. And we also have Paula and Kalia, who have worked tirelessly along with our entire housing staff to put over 700 people in hotels that were homeless, who had lost their homes throughout the entire tornado and the tragedy, and are still working with people to this very day to try to get them back on their feet. James Clark and his Division of Public Safety, who have continued to go out into the community, and so many other elements from mental health on to financial assistance, transportation, and so on and so forth. And we're about to unveil a new element of what we're trying to do to take things to a deeper and more significant level as part of a greater partnership, obviously with the city, with the SBA, with FEMA, with the state, and so many other not-for-profits in the United Way. So please, one more time, a big thank you to your Urban League staff. I would also like to take this opportunity to do something that doesn't happen very often. Thank the media. Yes, so we want to thank the media for amplifying positive stories and helping us get out the word for everything that we have been doing over the past 5 months and everything that all of us in this ecosphere of trying to help with tornado relief have been doing, because they have been trying to get out positive messages, positive information, and things that will help us all come together as a community and make a difference. So please join me in a big round of applause for them for being here constantly to try to make a difference and to help as well. and all of our government employees, another group of people that often get taken for granted, that do not get the appreciation that they deserve for all of the service. As you know, you will never be rich serving in government, but you can be rich and fulfilled in the spirit of what you are doing. So you have representatives from the city, from SLDC, from a variety of different organizations. Please give them a big round of applause and thanks. And our elected officials are also here. So I would like our alderwomen that are here to please come forward as we welcome them. So we have Alderwoman Laura Keys. Thank you for joining this morning. Great to be here. And Alderwoman Shameen Clark Hubbard, who is here, who is working tirelessly as well with us. Thank you so much. So they are here to join the mayor in this announcement where the Urban League is proud to once again play a part in the recovery of how we are working together to try to make a difference and provide Urban League facilities. Despite the tragedy that the Urban League staff have been through and our facilities have been through, we want to continue to make sure that we are available to the community so that we can do as much as we humanly can to make a difference. One other group that is here, quite frankly, which is the reason why we exist and why we do what we do, are there are members of the community who have tragically lost, in some cases, everything. So I would like any of the residents that have actually been devastated by this to please stand and get the biggest, most thunderous round of applause of all. Because they are why we do what we do, because that is the reason why we all have to come together, work very hard as a sprint and a marathon to make sure that we work in St. Louis to get through this tragedy together. And so the leader of our city is here today, Mayor Cara Spencer. And so we want to acknowledge and thank her for the work that she has done over the last 5 months during this overwhelming tragedy. Thank her for working together with Julian and Otis and so many others within city government, the private sector, the not-for-profit community, and ask her to please come forward, give her a thunderous round of applause as the leader of our city as we come for yet another announcement as to how we will then move forward in the next steps.
Thank you, Mike. And thank everyone for being here this morning. I want to especially recognize the Urban League and your commitment here to our city, our community, and to this enormous effort, which has been undergoing for the last 6 months and will for many years to come. Your commitment to serving the community, especially in light of the tragedies that your own staff experienced and your own organization experienced, were evidenced within just minutes of the tornado hours. The Urban League site on North Kings Highway was the first convening site of organizations the Saturday following the tornado to try to organize what it is we were doing in response. Your staff has been impeccable in helping, and the community has come to really appreciate. We know that you have been a longstanding trusted organization, and we're really grateful for that. I'd also recognize this space is so important, this particular location so important. I see Shelley in the crowd here. The space next door, what this particular location has come to mean to the community is so very important to the success of this space as well. The effort of the community coming together organically and really stepping in where our federal partners were absent in the days, weeks, months following the tornado. While our city staff, Julian Nix, and the entire tornado recovery team have been working so hard, we know that the work that we are doing, while incredibly hardworking and dedicated is not nearly enough to fill in where our federal partners haven't been here. And so the nonprofit community and the community at large has stepped up in such incredible ways. Thank you. Well, I have my two favorite alderwomen behind me. This is not an effort that is taken by a small number of us. This is truly a collaborative effort across all elected officials in the city of St. Louis. I stand alongside the shoulders of the entire Board of Aldermen, including the President of the Board and Comptroller Behringer, and all elected officials in moving this effort forward. As we stand here today, we would not be able to have solutions like this to help fund what we can, our nonprofit and our external partners in the work that you're doing, without the collaborative approach of the entirety of city government. We have been working in unison over the last 5 months, and it is my ambition and my commitment to do that moving forward, because the work is just beginning. We know that. We're going to have a tough few months ahead as we enter the colder months here, and we are committed, I am committed to shepherding a collaborative effort as we move forward to continue to work on the solutions for our community. Today, we are excited to open the doors of STLRecovers Outreach Center. This is a place where our staff can be here, our city staff can be here in person, of course, joined by the SBA and many other partners here to help each and every person who can come in and get access to this space in the tornado zone to provide direct support to our residents. Any barrier that we can break down, we will work hard to break down. I want our community and our impacted residents to know that you are not alone. With the opening of this center, help is just a phone call or a visit away. Being able to sit down with a human being is at this center is an incredibly important part of making sure that we are providing access to the resources that will help our community heal. The recovery team members staffing this center, many of whom will be city workers and residents within our community. I deeply appreciate the commitment of each and every one of you to be here, to be present, to be physically on site, and to be a part of building the solution. We know we have critical and dangerous months ahead. As we enter the winter months, we know that this resource outreach center is a piece of the puzzle. We know it is not going to address all of the needs of our community, and as we go into the months ahead, we are, as our team, asking ourselves every day many questions as we move forward with our healing process. One, do our residents have a safe place to live? We know that there's a huge unknown here, and I want you to know that we are taking this seriously and we are working to ensure that we are providing housing for all of our community in the months ahead. We're not done yet. How do we accelerate securing more homes and repairing the homes in our community? We know this center will not solve all of that, but it will provide access points and it will provide a mechanism to gather information and to help us better assess the needs in our community. We also know, we're also asking ourselves how much debris we actually have and what demolitions we need to do moving forward. We're partnering with the state of Missouri, and we are proud that we do have some significant FEMA funds coming to help us with the debris removal and demolition. But as we move forward, we also know this will probably not be enough. And we are committed to doing the work of assessing and allocating funds to remove the debris from our community. We also know we have unsafe conditions in the community, and this again will be an access point for us to continue to assess the situation and allocate the necessary resources to address those concerns and those issues. We know we have challenging days ahead, but it is the partnerships that we have with our other elected bodies, with our nonprofit and external communities, and with the SBA and many other partners that is making the work that we're doing possible. We know each neighborhood has its own challenges and each area within the tornado zone is impacted differently. And we are hoping to use this site to, again, draw folks from within the entire tornado zone to be able to understand the discrete issues within community so that we can work on building the solutions unique to each and every issue that we're facing. I also just want to make a very, very clear thank you to the team, the city team under Julian, but there is an entire team out here, many of whom are under Julian's leadership in the tornado recovery, but many are in other city departments that are working in collaboration and coordination to pull all of the city resources that we can muster to move us forward. We have many months, many years ahead of us, and we are committed to this effort for the long haul. This is just one step and one piece, an incredibly important and vital piece in the recovery puzzle. We thank you for your dedication to this Urban League, but we also know this is just a piece. Okay. And again, I wanted, Mr. McMillan, you did an excellent job thanking everyone, but the media being here today, helping us get the word out so that we can make the most use of this space and we can ensure and educate the community that this is here. Thank you for being here, and thank you for continuing to put this top of mind for our residents, not just in the tornado zone, but to making sure that the rest of St. Louis knows that this is not over. We still have a long way to go, and we are going to need the commitment of the rest of the community to continue to help us push this forward and help us as a community recovery. So thank you for being here, and thank you for continuing to educate the broader community that we still have a long way to go. And with that, I think, Julian, are you going to come up so we can maybe answer questions from the public? Julian, did you want to offer a few words? I know you weren't scratching there, but Julian has truly done an incredible job leading us.
Yes. Well, perfect. Well, first, I just want to say thank you again to the Urban League, and thank you everyone here. Also recognizing some other partners who have done great work in the community. I see Redeeming Love, STL here as well. I see some members from Action St. Louis in the background. So I also just wanted to give a personal thank you to those community groups who have also played a vital role in our recovery efforts. So we are happy to take questions. I know today was both the announcement of the STLRecovers Outreach Center, but it was also the announcement of opening up the private property assistance application, which is a chance for many people, and I know Redeeming Love is a good example of people who've been personally trying to remove debris from property, trying to figure out how you demo buildings and get boom trucks and things to actually move the debris out. And so our hope is that this is a commitment that has taken longer for us than we'd like to launch, that we're excited to finally give access to the community for.